I was recording this whole time. You're playing solos? Yeah, yeah. Hey, Peen Eater. Pen Eater. Pen Eater. I've chewed on pens before, but not my favorite thing to chew on. I don't know, I didn't stream for like 3 days. And then it's Sunday, so. This guy's a psychopath. I respect it. Fake fans. Let's play twos together on 300 stars. What the hell? Hi, Cass. I should go back to playing on my main. It's 2026. What do I care about? Hi, Cass. Sorry. I'm amazing? Why are you amazing? Funny. Gonna go see my nephew soon? Gross. How old's your nephew? Oh, gross. So you're going to see your nephews. Hate babies. Am I evil for hating babies? Funny. I get email notifications, so it doesn't really bother me. I didn't line those up. You're a firework? You're Gabe. Hey, down. Right, Chemical. Thanks for holding it down. I'll miss you. Gabe, why did he live and why did I die? Oh my god, like what? Okay, he doesn't have enough HP to drop down, so like, we're chilling. Right? Yeah. He might be a firework. Will I ever be a firework? I don't want to go to school. I don't need no education. I don't want to be like you. I don't want to save the nation. Ah. Whoa. What? What? This guy's number one. Hi, Gabe. How are you? Should have bought a stick. I'm living life. What is that? What does living life entail? Do you think I'll ever be a fish? It's better than not living. Look at the positives here. I need to find somebody to steal $44 from. That's my goal for the week. Ooh, Veerling. That is so exact, I want to buy a game. But I want to pay for the game myself. Anything on your mind? I've been depressed lately, but I think I know why, so. I need to find somebody who wants to give me $40 for a $40 game for my birthday. I don't want to be like you. I don't want to save the nation, baby. I don't want to live my life. Save the celebration. Have a big nice world. Wait for the celebration. Is it just like school has just been hard on you? And there's probably also other like overwhelming facts of the fact of like figuring out what to do. Like, do you, like what you're gonna like? Do you have anything figured out of like what you're gonna do after school, or like what the goal is, or is that also something that causes like mental turmoil? Yeah, I get it. Like, break in, like, what sense? Suffers me is starving with his honey meat. Anyone want to go to Target? That's funny. Yeah, I get it. Oh my god. That second fireball just, like, killed me. Well, funny. What part about doing school is, like, wearing you out? Exactly. Hello, hello, hello. Did Torque just... That's another good swing. I mean, it doesn't really go anywhere. I like the look of that swing, though. If I don't do anything, that means I'm due, and then I'm fucked, yeah. I have like a weird thought on like how I view schooling. But all of my thoughts on like school are like not practical under capitalism, so. What is it on? And that sucks that like you're not getting any help. How's it going? It's going alright. Is he gonna respawn? Nope. What's it on, or like what is it about? I mean, I guess both work. I don't even know what you're learning. Like, I don't know what you're majoring in. I need details about it work. Business management? Irk. Gross. And then what's the thesis on? I thought I felt your shape, but I was wrong. Really, all I felt was falsely strong. I held on tight and closed my eyes. It was dumb, I had no sense of your size. It was dumb to hold so tight, but last night on your birthday in that kitchen, my drip was loose, my eyes were open. I felt your shape and heard you breathing. I felt the rise and fall of your chest. I felt your fall, your winter's nose, your gusty blow, your lava flow. I felt it all, your sorry night, your lack of light. Wording like 50 pages of it? I mean, like on, like, oh my god. I just had, like, what do you have to, like, write a thesis about? And my boss was overwhelmed by this new depth I don't think I've ever found. You're funny, Gabe. What a fireball. $50 pages is crazy. How many words is that? Can I contextualize 50 pages into words? Sorry if I was mean last time I was here. Were you mean? Swollen, and now this is gross. I'm not a fan of your major, Gabe. Just thought I'd let you know. Was I not? I don't know. It's up for you to decide. I don't even remember what you said. I think you were just making bad arguments. I don't know if that's necessarily mean. Well, I talk about different things at the dinner table than you. Cause like, oh my god, I'm hacking. Well, I just lost that fight, so I'm a bad player. Well, clearly it didn't mean anything to me, because if you did say anything mean, I already forgot, so you're fine. Ribbit. Too busy caring about other things, so like, I don't know. Nothing anyone says ever matters. Your mind, myself so hard to find. Where's Pink? Over there. Rock and roll? What'd you eat? Chemical. Chicken potatoes was good. How are meat prices? Expensive? What's causing meat to be so expensive? I'm not sure. Let's do an in-depth paper on the cost of meat. Hi, invis. Wow, I'm hacking. What are your plans to do with your, like, business management degree? Whose side are we on, Chemical? Are we on the farmer's side? I need Chemical to come back. I said, whose side are we on? The farmers? W. Ah, fair. He has P3. He's rich. Why do you say you're not good enough? Isn't that the point of school, to learn? I don't want to listen to this song. Take damage? This guy doesn't know FP4. I draw out solo games so much, but like, That's part of the fun, right? Brenda Flats. Saber's Lease. All I saw was that Buffalo outplayed them, but it still went to the shootout. Well, yeah, I hate the education system game. But like, I don't think the ways that like you can practically like fix the education system is like practical. It is, but it's not like practical under like capitalism. You know what? Maybe it isn't practical, because I can't come up with a solution. But I'm not smart. I just like critiquing things. Other people can come up with fixes. That's not true. I have an outline. But like, I don't know. With like universities and stuff like that, it's kind of interesting. Because like they want like the best people teaching stuff, so then it just like creates even larger class sizes. Because I'd say one of my like biggest critiques of like everything is like, I think like it's like hard for people to really like learn stuff and like class sizes that are so big. So, and it's harder for teachers to teach. So, like, at that point, like, when the class sizes get that big, they're kind of just, like, again. A lot of the, like, school system is just, like, I don't know. Especially in America. Like, it's different around the world. But just, like blabbling, like, jargon at you. It's not very interactive. Should've bought diamond armor. I've been rocking with diamond armor. But my, like, vision on schooling is fundamentally, like, altered by my, like, experience with schooling, so. I missed my pearl. I'm a bad player. Did you make money doing that? That's funny if you did. I could have got the same fireball twice. I'm a bad player. Oops. I mean, the issue with like the resell, like having that be your like life plan and stuff like that, though, is it's just not stable. Like, it is it's like, you know, it's a good way to like make some money, but I don't know. It's such a, I feel like it's such a risky career. Like, such a risky thing to go into as like career. But then you just have to like be adaptable, but I think my point is just like, it's not necessarily like, I wouldn't say it's necessarily like easy money, and it's also like luck is still involved. But luck is still involved when you go into like anything with like creating your own like, because that'd still be like considered almost like a business. It'd be like just a very. Does he live there? No. Yeah, exactly, but the issue with that game is like, how do you know that like your thing's gonna be the one to like catch on, or like, you know, like you're gonna be the one to like get lucky to sell, or what if too many people hop onto the thing that's trending, so it actually like drives like prices like, I don't know. Then you're like, you're not really selling to anybody except other people just trying to sell, and then like eventually people stop buying when the trend dies out. I don't know. But like, yeah, it's, I know people, I like know people who I'm like related to who like would like resell things. Like my dad did it for a bit. My uncle does it. Here are NFTs. But that's the thing, like, I'd say, like, it's probably more, like, you're probably, like, better to, like, if you really want to do that, like, if you're really trying to, like, make money, it's the real, like, plan is, like, it's just, like, it's probably, like, shoes and, like, clothes and stuff like that. Like, that's probably, like, maybe, like, you know, you can get some, like, antiques and stuff like that. But it's all just, like, I don't know. It's just more educated gambles, but I feel like that's like kind of everything in like the business realm. That's why it's like, that's why like I'd critique your degree by saying you're just like learning how to gamble better, increase your odds gambling, and the rules of gambling in the business world. But some gambles just like lead to higher percentage outcomes. Why'd I buy a Gap? That's a bad purchase. I'm not gonna be able to get armor now. But don't be crazy now. Of course you can't stay here. I know I'm going on 10 years. Big deal. Guess you're official. I said it cause I know what it's like to feel. Those are just lower percentage gambles. But that's like subjective, right? Like I've like put more time into like knowing sports, right? And like following sports and learning about sports. So you could say for me, like if I started like trying to make money from like sports betting, I'd have like it'd still be a gamble, like to like sports bet. But you could argue I'd have like a higher percentage like chance of like to find like good bets. But that's like a lot of the gamblers, right? Like that's why that's why it's like with sports betting and stuff like that. It's fair to admit there's like a skill to it. Like there's some skill that goes into it, but it's still a gamble. And it's like the same with businesses, except like it's way more like it's way less viewed as a gamble, and like the gamble is on like a larger scale of time. Like, you know, it's more drawn out. True, is that the method? But I don't know, everything's like a gamble. I mean realistically you could really say like everything in our lives is like a gamble. And some of the gambles that like are in our lives are gambles that we don't even have control over. I played ranked GeoGuessr again. How's it been? I've been playing bad. I tanked my win percentage, and I'm kind of sad. I'm down to a 64% win rate, and I'm really sad. You can play duo. I'm just playing solos. Here, redeem it. Kondrak, how do I get better? How'd you get better, Kondrak? Yeah. That's like kind of what I'm like. Like I should probably like spend more time like watching stuff, but yeah. Cause I'm upset about like taking my win loss, but like it's also weird because like I don't necessarily like feel like GeoGuessr is like a game you can just like necessarily like in some ways completely just grind out to get better, right? Where I feel like it's kind of more of like a slow burn of just like learning that pattern recognition. Oof, hi Neb. Goyim lives matter, Neb. Kondrak, I feel like I kind of like it just for like the reasoning of like I think it's weird now that I can play for like Elo, but also it's like everyone I'm queuing is like gold 1 to like master 1, and I'm like gold 4, and I'm like trying to grind it out. And like I'm just trying to like gain Elo, but everyone I'm queuing is like a higher rank than me anyways. Because of like my Elo. Like because I'm like gold 4, gold 3, I think. And like everyone I'm queuing is like yeah, so it's like but I'm just like winning kind of like 50-50, like I feel like, right? Yeah, yesterday I was like kind of like more tanking Elo, but I'm like queuing people who have like 3,000 games played, right? And it's like, all right. Or it's like I'm like the same Elo as like Brano now, and I'm playing like, and Brano plays like move. I'm playing no move, and Brano's like, and Brano's like 600 ranked games played. So I'm like, and been playing like, you know, GeoGuessr for like way longer than me. So like it's like that point where it's like I don't want to tank my win-loss ratio, so it's like I don't know. I should probably just like grind out like the other maps to learn stuff, but then it's just like the constant like learning is so overwhelming, and it's like hard to like just like it's hard to just like also just like narrow it down to one thing because then it's brain numbing. Yeah, no. I was queuing people, Kondrak, for the record. Like, you have, like, before you get Elo, you have hidden Elo. So, like, every time you play, you're still, like, gaining Elo, so you can just, like, be higher Elo for, like, your rank. It's, like, weird. I don't really know. So, you're, like, gaining hidden Elo while you're playing in, like, silver and bronze. So then, like, for me, when I was, like, in silver, I was queuing people who were masters. Yeah. Yeah, very goofy. But I'm just queuing a bunch of, like, Masters players who have, like, more ranked games played than me. And just, like, I don't know, just playing bad. Alright, Condor. Yeah, no. Hi, Neb, how are you? Push a little bit taller. Yep. And 4. Can someone give me $44? Sound like I'm Neb. Is it time to start a discussion? It's time to start a discussion and say this. Neb, is a business major just a glorified gambling major? Good question, thanks. Gambling mention? Hi, Monk, how are you? I'm okay, how are you? Oh, I'm alive. I'm upset about being poor, but outside of that, I'm good. Cause I want to buy the I want to buy the look at numbers game. I'll drink water in a second. Cause they added. I don't know my water. I'm drinking energy. I see my water, but I'm not grabbing it. Cause they added more numbers this year to the look at numbers game. Yikes! Oof. So since they added more numbers to look at in the look at numbers game, I really want to buy it, but I don't want to spend $44. Out of the Park baseball. It's just a baseball like simulation game. But they added like more things to look at. They added more fake numbers that you can look at. This guy's a bad. That guy no bad. It's literally just spreadsheet baseball. But they added like more numbers that you can look at. So now I like now I want it even more because they added more numbers you can look at, you know? Just sail the 7 seas. Will I be able to look at numbers while doing that? Oh, piracy. I don't even know if the game's piratable. 1. 2, the game's been out for like 2 days. I was told to wait a month and see if it goes on sale. Which, you know, makes sense as well. I wasn't like a month, but I was told summer sale is soon, so like hope for that. And also like I was reading like I was reading like, you know, I was reading like reviews of the game and someone was like, you should wait a month so they like work out all the bugs. But I don't know. I have like $150 in Amazon gift cards and nothing to buy on Amazon. Oh my god, I'm about to play. I just died to Dewier. Not Dewier. I just get so much shit. And Boo's also getting rich. Do you think they're Swedish? Okay, what is this psycho doing? Yeah, you're live? Hey Perry, how are you? I listen to the most crazy music on stream. Like, what the fuck? New level of what? Being a loser? I didn't know there was like a higher level to that. No. No! IKEA personnel lost to not do here. Alright, I'm not gonna let you disrespect me like that. Yeah, what are you gonna do now? Probably cry. Can everybody sub? Wait, that's a good question to ask. Would you play with me? I mean, normally I only play with people who like redeem it with channel points in the Twitch chat. The DEI hire? I wouldn't want to do that. This guy's into this. He's not. I'm just like scared. You know, he probably is into this. Nope. Cross! He's so scared. Hi, thumbs up. I don't think you're the only breeder who comes into chat, Neb. You're just the most active breeder. But Chemical's a breeder. My legs are crossed right now. What does that mean? I don't think it's nice to call somebody a breeder. Why not? Nah, I'd call my cousin a breeder to her face. I'd also call her head slop. Do you guys ever struggle with the fact that your parents were just head slop? I'm just saying words. Isn't that what we're always doing while talking? You can say that about any conversation ever. You're just saying that because the truth is making you uncomfortable. Internally condemned to act as an internet personality, I guess. Yeah, exactly. I'm enjoying bedwars today. I'm not enjoying it. Who got the first round of M's? Nobody. I just got to that gen a second early. Have you been enjoying Skywars in 4? I got an ad with an AI puppy. I just got a DM from somebody sending a screenshot of a text that saying your barking woke me up, what the fuck? And then my response to that is, were you just randomly barking? And then they said yes. I, like, would have bet on my life there's a fireball jump there. Why do people like that exist? I can't say anything. I get barked at. I've been the same way. I've, like... Oddball? I'm an oddball for getting barked at? No, but I responded to that with why do people like you exist? I hope you're happy. Nev, do you wanna know the funniest part about that relationship is? That I'm airing out because it's funny? So apparently they started dating, and then the one thought the one that barks was just a furry. And they broke up with broke up with them because their hatred for furries was so strong. But I just have like so many questions about that. What? I know, right? How could you hate a furry in 4? The concept of being a trans girl who hates furries. Always been so funny to me. Like, there's too much crossover to hate that. But what am I saying? I hate femboys, so like I'm like one step away from hating furries. As long as like I can other them for myself. I don't hate femboys. I just critique femboys. This guy's down, alright. Yeah, it's. I think my issue with like femboys isn't the existence of femboys. Like I'm like it's probably like it's a good thing they exist. I think for starters it's a bad name. I think it's like a bad name. I think there's a lot of fair critiques about the name. Yes, that is also an issue, right? Yeah, like that's that. A lot of them get a bad rap. I think there's also like. I think this is done on like. I don't think this is just done by femboys, but I think this is done by a lot of people who like try to express like more like femininity. Which I feel like there's like this like over like the way a lot of people perform femininity is like very like sexual, and like just like the concept of like they view like femininity as like being like submissive and like the concept of like being submissive and like tiny and small, right? Thinking for. So they kind of like want to present themselves as more feminine, so they make their whole like personalities kind of like reflect around that. Hi, Eva. So it's a lot of like sexualization of self to like perform femininity. But it's like, I don't know, I think it's good the identity exists, but there's also a lot of like interesting people who end up in the identity. Face came very blurry. I'll fix that in a second. Oh my god, I misclicked. Is it good now? I can't like see. Wait, I didn't activate it again. There we go. When's a group Thailand trip? Why'd I say? Whatever. Why do I pronounce it like that sometimes? I'm kind of an idiot. Good question, Neb. I'd go to Chile first. Okay, I'll go to the other one. The one that starts with an A. Yeah. Okay, what city should I go to then? I got walked off. You know, I'm kind of disappointed, like, that nobody is, like, responding to, like, my critiques of, like, anything. I'm trying to have an in-depth conversation, but apparently I just, like, cooked so hard that, like, no one has anything to say. What do they deal? I don't argue with internet personalities. Don't call me an internet personality. I'm gonna go to that one city that starts with an I up by the top. I'm no more of an internet personality than you. Huh, that's an interesting city. Not sure, I'm not a big drug guy. Then how do you know they got arrested? Through friends. Don't believe everything you see on the internet, Femblanc. Yikes. When's the last time I've been, like, intoxicated? I don't think the one drink that I had is enough to define that as being intoxicated, so... Nice. I'm trying to think. Probably like 4 or 5 months ago, probably, yeah, because I had weed. I miss having weed. But I'm too poor. I'm not too poor, I just don't really want to smoke. I was trying to set some photo cliche about how right now it gets hard, but it gets better every day. Did you go the other way? Interesting. And then that called me down as TNT tag. What was that one guy's cape and TNT tag? I gotta start rocking that cape. You ran all the way around the map. That was a good cape. Of course you have its tag. Is there a single real person who plays tag? Are you sure that's a guy? The guy? I didn't know about I didn't know there's like a, you know what, that's my bad. I'm buying into gender roles. You know what, if it was a guy, shout out to him. He knows what he likes. I just don't think women play tag. Just people with voice changers. You're saying like the community's become like so like rancid, like somehow it's become rancid to the point where it's like nobody like, because like it's always been rancid, but it just like reached the point of like. Like, it just, like, finally filtered out every normal person. Well, Neb, I saw an amazing message in Pug's chat last night. And then after it, I left Ranked Bedwars. This is the last message I'm ever gonna see in Ranked Bedwars. It's either random killer cucks. Flake, to make you feel better about my relationship, I would never call doing anything. I would never call doing anything with Nikki a date. Essentially, calling it a chill date. I'm like, you're interested if you have V-sex? Not really. Well, I was being honest too. You got your answer. I remember not listening. Flake's on top of the world. He loves his girlfriend. Life is good. Flake has someone to hold him. 6'7". And he wants his girlfriend to hold him. That's the third thing. Don't forget the third thing, Flake. It's very important. That's fair enough. You're not chronically online like us, and people just value different things. Oh, really? What'd she do? I don't really recommend long distance. Like, I'm not gonna like lie to myself and say it's like the peak form of like a relationship. Oh, okay. You just annoyed with that. That's fair. Some days you just gotta be annoyed at your bitch wife, Flake. I get it. But you're not allowed to say that. Only I'm allowed to say that. Long distance kind of sucks. Yeah. You say crazy how this is like someone's reality. There's like governments that make it that country's reality. Hey, Casey. I'm from Chile. I think it's just fair to say it's crazy how that's like government's realities. Where am I from in Europe? Oh my god. Rip. Bro. It's not if he's died already. Is he alive? Like we need a sighting. Has there been a sighting yet? Don't you feel lonely playing bedwars alone? Not really. I've chat. No, like, it doesn't matter. Like, what's gonna happen, like... What happens... It's the same thing, like... It's just like what they do. If he dies, they're just gonna, like, funnel all of, like, the sins through him. But, like, and then that's also saying that, like, even if anything changes. Like, because, we're implying something changes if he dies, right? Like, if he dies, it's just like a dice roll if it gets better or not. Like, it doesn't guarantee it getting better. It can get worse. It becomes a dice roll. And realistically, like, it probably doesn't. I was in my favorite streamer's Twitch chat the other night, and he was being way too anti-Semitic for me. I had to leave. I don't think he's my favorite. I don't think he can be my favorite streamer anymore. Yeah, no. No, it was Cafe Loves BR. You like communism? I like the concept. Communism is when no bedwars. They couldn't bring that concept into reality? Yeah, that's what you think. You're not hope-pilled like me. I think it's a fair critique to say that it requires a whole societal shift. And how long does societal shift take? But to say it's not possible is interesting. That makes you just not want to try. Shut up, geek. Sorry. He fall damage ticked his fireball jump. How does, like, me, like, critiquing, like... How did that critique even lead to, like, oh, so you like communism? I feel like I have so many critiques on why communism, like, leads to, like, the, like, dictatorships which then can lead into, like, corruption, but also it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know, look at Cuba. Think about how prosperous Cuba would be if it wasn't, like, getting, like... And prosperous, I mean, like, the quality of people's lives and the, like, I don't know. I love Cuba. Shout out to Cuba. Nev, let's move to Cuba. Yeah, like, exactly, like, there's so many cases where these, like, governments just got fucked over by the US, and we're like, And that's the same reason why like the nations that like I don't know, it makes sense that so many people like overtook the government and then stopped like you know like and like stopped like I don't know, like America's to blame for a lot of these dictators and like you know which then like raises the chances to lead to corruption because like these countries stop trusting elections and like all these other things because of like I don't know, like you watch the coups play out like I don't know. You watch all these like you know all the like the coups play out and then what are you gonna do? Like oh yeah it won't happen to us like no like I don't know. And then if it doesn't happen they just like do everything in their power to like crush it and then go look it doesn't work. Like I don't know. That's what's going on in the Middle East. What do you want me to say? Doesn't do anything. Like the people have to be able to like liberate themselves. Like you could like you can, maybe you can like apply like help for people to liberate themselves, but like American influence on like trying to liberate people has never worked, and that's not even the real goal. I don't know. What do you want me to say? Which side are you on? Why do I have to pick a side? People are dying. I'm not here to like pick some like I'm not here to pick some like side. Who do you think is right here? Nobody has to be in the right. Yeah, like that's not how the world works. The world works doesn't pick a side, like I think Iran had a like, you know, a very like suppressing dictator that life was not good under. But I also don't think the way to liberate the people is by killing those same citizens in attempts of like, you know, in fake attempts that are like labeled under the guise of liberating the people. Is anyone being liberated right now? No. I'm just causing more dysfunction in the region. Which only then leads to the liberation to be harder to achieve. Yeah. Nothing is black and white, there's not two sides exactly. Like what are like I don't know. If people are like living under like a like you know if people are like living under like an evil like dictator, I feel like you know bombing them is not the best way to like liberate them. I feel like we have other options. Like it can go both ways. I don't have to like agree with like an evil dictatorship. I don't have to agree with like being on the side of an evil dictatorship while also saying American imperialism has done nothing to help people. Like, who has been better off because of an American imperialism? One side feels kind of right? No, neither side feels right. think one side you could justify a little more than the other side. Doesn't make it right. Also, we also have to, like, realize, like, the concept of, like, framing this as, like a war, like, there's sides is also, like, completely misleading. Like, I don't know. Like, what threat is, like, what threat is America truly under, by engaging in this? Hi, Bamdo. And at the point, it ends up becoming related to personal morality. If you don't have the direct experience of living in a situation, you can't argue about it. Exactly. Like I don't know. The true, like, point of it, like, really becomes, Neb, is I truly believe that, like, liberation is, like, up to the people, right? And, like, if people decide that they, like, I don't know. If the people truly decide they want liberation, clearly, like, influencing that liberation to push your own, like, imperialistic ideas is not, like, benefited anybody. Thanks for liking middle. So then that becomes the question of, like, I don't know, what is, like, I don't know, like, you can, thanks for looking for, you can do a lot more than just, like, bombing a country to try and liberate people. I don't know, but it's like, the truth is, like, there's always going to be pain caused when people are living under, like, you know, like a dictator, like, you know, a crushing dictator and stuff like that. If that's what we view somebody as. But the question is, how do we navigate how to get out of that situation with the people getting their actual, like, you know, with people getting a better life, and the least amount of, like, harm. But the issue is that situation's always going to lead to harm, but going to war with that country does nothing to minimize the harm. And then also, most of the time, it's related to, like, you know, it's led to, like, an American propped up leader that doesn't actually make anything better. Yeah. Isn't that bombing for the greater good? No, it's not for the greater good. Killing innocent people can never be framed for the greater good. What do those people do to deserve to die? Like, they didn't choose to fight that battle. You can make an argument that if they're putting themselves to fight for the greater good, they're dying for the greater good, but they didn't put themselves in that position. Yeah, also, America is not the greater good. Like, there's no reality where you can frame America as a greater good. I don't know. My cat is sleeping on my recent clean mouse pad. How's it doing that? Where did this guy go? There he is. He has a pearl. It's so funny. Why not break the bed? Because he's oddly. He has obby and I'm poor, so I'm just doing everything to stall the game to get stacked. Mine obby? Yep. See how much easier this was? Want to pick once and one. I was swinging from behind. He had diamond armor and obby. Like, I didn't want to bed trade with that guy who had such a resource advantage. So I'd rather just New Jersey. What about New Jersey? Let's take one more drive. You and I are gone with the wind. Hey, it's nice, isn't it nice? I don't know. I don't think I care about, like, I don't know. I don't think I care about, like, what labels of the conflict it is. I think I care about, like, I don't know. Here it is. Sat in a car for 6 hours today. Where are you going? Can I have $40, Rhinix? Oh, where were you? What for? To buy out of the park baseball? Now, what is the true way to, like, liberate people? Like, how do you help in a liberation? From an outside nation? Yeah. And they added more numbers to look at in the numbers game. That's the only reason I'm interested, because they added new numbers to look at. Yeah. Cause like I guess that's what I've been like wondering about, like the big, like the, cause like it's like a lot of these, like, I don't know. It's like, it's also like, when do you know when it's like, when a country like really wants like a revolution, right? Like that's another like hardest part, right? That was in Munich. Ah. How was Munich? Was Munich good? Iran was great in the 70s and was great in the 70s and people had freedom. Isn't the doesn't the trajectory of Iran go very free, then USA coup gets more restrictive, and then like the next coup gets just the most restrictive of it all? Isn't that the timeline? Something like that. That's what I think. What is this what? I sat there for like good 20 minutes deciding if I wanted to spend money on the more numbers game. Goodbye. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like, yeah, that makes, like, and it takes time, too, like, that's, like, I feel like that's the hard part about it all. That's, like, the hardest part with, like, change, right, is, like, change takes time. You don't think it's time? You don't think it's time? I think it's fair to say it takes time. I'm growing diamonds. It was fine. Yeah, you're right. But couldn't you also say to create the perfect conditions it takes time, Neb? This guy has aura. Okay, I just don't know where that goes. It's mostly just the perfect conditions at a time when disconnect is at an all-time high, yeah. I don't like, but yeah, I mean, like, that's my, like, I feel like that's kind of, like, I don't know. My point is that, like, it's just more of all, like, change takes time, especially on such, like, a mass scale for, like, people to, like, you know, of course it, like, does, like, sometimes, like, it takes, like, the perfect conditions, but those perfect conditions are also formed throughout time, right? And then you can say then, like, that, like, it can be quick in, like, the overthrowing of, like, the changes can happen fast, but sometimes the conditions that create the changes don't happen quick. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all about disinformation. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like that's fair. I feel like also, like, a lot of, like, the idea that, like, change comes with time is also, like, is like a half-baked idea to, like, excuse change not happening as well. I think that's fair. Because, like, where does that idea come from is, like... Like, what is it that makes change take a while, right? I guess, like, that's what you have to ask. Well, we just agreed with an internet personality. Oh, wait, no, you don't argue with them. You didn't say anything about agreeing. Oh, I used to look around. Rip. You're not a real. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm like, I think that makes sense. I feel like that's a. I feel like that's like yeah. Like I feel like it's like fair to say like, I think it's also like a fair assessment though to like look at certain things and also go, it was never going to change overnight at the same time though, right? Like I don't know. I think like the first time that like I ever like really contextualized that was like somebody like talking about like, you know, like the racism in America, right? Where it's like saying that was never gonna change overnight. Yeah. That's fair, that's fair. I think conditions can be made over time, right? But then like, I don't know. Like, does the conditions for the Christo-fascism in America not come from like? Does it not come from like people's like dismay with like the neoliberal fascism? Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's fair. But I guess, like, is it not fair to say that, like, the conditions were created for that to, like, be able to strive, though, right? Like, I don't know, like, can we just, like, do we just say that that's, like, a moment in time? Because, like, I feel like that's, like, negating, like, every, like, I don't know. I feel like the conditions that create things have to be acknowledged. Because things don't happen in time without conditions. He has this many blocks on a waterfall. I don't think this way. Yeah. But it's also just like the, but it's also just like, I don't know. People also just weren't happy. You know? People weren't happy for the with the conditions, and they weren't getting offered like a change. That's another thing too, right? So it's like, I don't know, that's... You can't say part of it was not controlling, but also, like, they just weren't, like, offering anything. Like, they weren't offering anything to people. Which is, like... That's why, like, you know... Like, you got, like... People weren't happy with the status quo, and then you get something offering something different from the status quo. Like, right, like... And then people weren't happy with the status quo, so then they voted for something, like, just different from the status quo. Like, being like, well, you know, can't get that much worse, and then it gets that much worse. But, like, that's, like, not how the humans are conditioned to think. Like everyone's politics are so reactionary, right? But we have to, like, realize, like, what goes into these, like, how these, reactionary politics play out, like, long-term. Because that's why it's, like, if you, like, I don't know, everything that, like, seems to be, like, on the agenda for, like, still the, like, you know, the Democratic Party in America isn't to change the status quo, right? It's a return to they're just gonna try to run off a change back to their status quo, which then they'll win, and then nothing will change, and then like we'll just continue with the same cycle that keeps moving further right. Yeah, I know. But they're also like the easiest to satisfy. Which is why when, like, one party, like, in America is just controlled opposition, this is what we end up with. And that's why, like, I feel like, and that's why, like, my, like, the way that, like, I look at, like, America is what isn't gonna stop from, like, flip-flopping back and forth if there isn't a major change made, and, like... Yeah, like, I don't know, I feel like that's kind of, like, that's kind of, like, how like, I view it, is, like, we're just gonna keep, like, going back and forth. It's gonna be... Like, if there isn't change, it's gonna be going back to a status quo that doesn't work, and then getting offered, like, a different path, and then, like, going on that path and, like, forgetting how bad it was the last time, right? Because, like, they're offering you change, so you forget how bad it is last time, and you also, like, are able to, like, you know, there's also just an empathy problem in this country, but people aren't taught it, so, like, you know. Yeah, exactly, right? Especially not with, like, the way that it's like what it's held up by. Oh, what the... Unless there's, like, a major change to the system, what props it up isn't changing, so... Right? It's all about the money, and it's, like, the money that's, like, what's propping it up. I mean... I haven't seen a single political ad for anything that wasn't Republican. It's just, like, interesting for, like, the upcoming midterms. But I don't know. And that's why, and that's why, like, and that's why I feel like what, like, made me, like, realize, like, to come to terms with, like, the just lesser evil voting just, like, isn't gonna, like, fix anything. Like, it's gonna be better for those, like, it's gonna feel better for those 4 years, but it's not gonna get better. Yeah. And I mean, it's also, it just leads to, like, such, like, again, it's also, led to something that, like, is, like, now, like, a radical idea. Like, it's, like, I don't know, like, it's crazy that, like, they've made it so, like, the options are, like, the one party's gonna, like, half-ass, like, tell you they care about the systems that, like, so many people, like, depend on, while doing nothing to prop them up, or, like, make them better. And then the other party is just going to, like, tear those systems down. So then, like, the one party tears the systems down, so then you go, well, we need to vote for the other party so these, like, systems can still, like, exist. But then, like, they let the systems also just deteriorate anyways, so the systems aren't even really that good. So then people want change. Exactly, it's a controlled tug-of-war, yeah. So then it's like, I, like, even myself, like, I'm watching what's happening in this country. I'm watching, like, the genocidal, like, you know, policies being, like, enacted towards, like, the own group of people that, like, I exist within, right? But it's also one, not, like, the party that lost didn't, like, kind of basically, like, it's not like when Harris was running, she wasn't, like, like, basically, like, going to throw, like, trans people, you know, who, didn't live in blue states to the wolves anyways. Like, that was what she was running on. She was, like, gonna run on leaving, like, she was talking about leaving the rights to the states, you know, to decide what to do. So, you know, it wasn't like they are, like, they already weren't planning to, like, leave people in, like, the red states out to the wolves, right? So, and it's stuff like that where it's like, but I understand the system is, like, deteriorating so much faster than it would be, and that's scary. But it's also, like, I don't see the system getting better in this controlled tug-of-war. Like, I don't know. And that's what I'm saying, like, it's so funny now where it's, like, my like, what I'm saying is, like, and there's some candidates in, like, the Michigan midterms that I'm going to be voting for because I like what they're saying, right? But it's so funny now that it's, like, viewed as, like, a radical idea to be, like, I don't know, they kind of have to earn my vote. Like, and they're kind of not doing anything to earn my vote. So then that's a radical idea now because you're watching these systems crumble, and it's like... And it's like, how can... And that's the thing where it's like, how can you watch these systems crumble and sit back and, like, not vote if these systems are going to continue to crumble? But it's also just like, I don't see these systems not crumbling, right? Like... I see these systems being, like, fake propped up for a little longer. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. But I mean, like, that's, and I think it's also, like, it's also, they've done a great job of, like, the Republican Party just gets to be more and more evil, and it doesn't matter how more evil the Democratic Party gets, they're still viewed as the good guys. Or it's like, they are just not the good guys. They haven't been the good guys ever. One party wants to kill you, and one party wants to give you lip service. Yeah. And I mean, there's so many other critiques, right, Neb, where it's like, the change was never gonna happen just with polling. No, that's very fair. But it's also, Neb, it's also very, like, I think it's also, like, if you, like, view society as, like, all societies in some sense are, like, a religion. And, like, some societies then become more cult-like, right? But I think, like, I think it's kind of, like, interesting to, like, I deal with, like, that, like, I mean, like, there's been, like, a lot of, like, self-reflection because of, like, the World Baseball Classic, right? Neb, it's really funny because, like, in the World Baseball Classic, like, these, like, the Spanish-speaking countries, like, Dominican, like Venezuela are, like, they're, like, you know, celebrating everything so much, and they look like they're just having, like, so much fun playing baseball. We're, like, the USA players are, like, wearing, like, before the game, you see them wearing, like, military propaganda shirts. Like, they're not celebrating anything. There's, like, this story of, like, one guy's playing for Mexico and his teammate's playing for the US. So then, like, the guy goes and gives him, like, to give him a handshake. And he doesn't give him a handshake where it's like, you know, this is war. I can't shake your hand because this is war. And you can't be friends with the enemy because then I'm not going to kill you. Or because then it's not going to be as easy to kill you. I can't shake your hand. Right? Yeah. And it's like before their last game, they had the guy who, like, they had the guy who killed, like, Osama bin Laden, like, speak to the team in, like, the clubhouse, right? Where it's like, this is American culture. Right? It's just this, like... it's just like being the global dominant military force power, right? Like, and people are just like seeing this retrospective being like, oh my god, this is our culture, like, right? Where it's like, yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, it's funny how you even, like, see it through, like, GeoGuessr. Like it's even funny how you see it through, like, GeoGuessr of, like, you know, you spawn in America in GeoGuessr, and you don't have to go too far before you find an American flag, right? Like, you don't have to go too far until you find an American flag. that's an interesting you know, reality of like the country too, is like I'm gonna make it's really funny though. No, because first there was like the Olympics, and the Olympics like pulled the veil from like a lot of people's eyes that like these hockey players are like good people or stand for anything. Like, thinking an athlete really stands for anything in like modern America is really funny. Like, I'm not saying that there like isn't athletes that don't stand for things, but thinking that the system is set up for them to stand for anything is really funny. Like let's also talk about how like a lot of these people just like are either like rich in a lot of the sports, because like it's more and more, the deeper and deeper we get into like the capitalist system with sports, we're just watching like a rich people talent show, right? Like rich people's kids talent show at that point. And also just like, I don't know, these people don't go to school, these people don't get educated, they get focused on playing their sport. You're like either like a gladiator for the sport, or you're like a rich person who's like you're a rich person whose talent show we're watching on display. Yeah. Exactly, right? Cause like it's generally crazy. You like I saw somebody like who like, you know, I follow, who talks about like baseball, like lists like say like America does have like no culture, and someone's like responded with America's culture being, well, you know, we have past like, you know, there's people who have done things in the past we can celebrate, or it's like that's it, right? Like that's the only thing, like, you know, where it's like they celebrate people who reach like they celebrate people's achievements, and they celebrate power. That is the culture. Yeah, of course. And again, it's also like all these people are so like, I think it's also really fair to say people are like deprived of culture. Like everything in America is built to like strip away culture. Suburbs, like I like the, you know, the suburban lifestyle. Like the suburban lifestyle, the lack of cities, like just like just the mass disconnection. It's all so built on like you know, America just does everything it can like remove the collectivism, which implies like no culture too, because culture is risky. If you live like, I don't know, like if you live in places that have cultures, you have like way more of like a threat. Yeah. GG Tuna! I beat Tuna in the map tap. Okay, you're not gonna beat me. Good luck. Hi, Pupasaurus Rex. Pupasaurus Rex. You know, Sam woke up, whatchamadoo, by just randomly barking. Apparently when Sam is by herself, she just randomly barks. Why? I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Why are you disappointed, Tuna? Tuna, I knew I was gonna win. I knew there was no chance you knew where that was. Where did you guess? Nev, I mean not Nev, Tuna. The difference the couple weeks of like GeoGuessr has made on my ability to know where places are in a map. But it's really funny though, cause like if you put me in like China or like an island that I don't like know on GeoGuessr, I'm fucked, right? Like, that's where you went. You know, it's up there. Next, I need Resolute. I need them to go Resolute, because if we get Resolute, like, oh my god, you'll never get Resolute. Actually, like anything like Canada though, like I'm just like I have an advantage on. You know Resolute, but you don't know that one? How? What, like, did you know you lost when you saw that? You're probably like, oh, this map wasn't that hard. Like, you know, you're probably like, oh, I see how you did well. And then you just get fucking like, oh my god. Oh my god, oops. Like, it's really funny. Like, what are the odds? Send your score. Yeah, actual none of it jumps. Oh, I was so happy. You don't understand how happy I was when I saw, like, it was none of it. Like, no, honestly, there was a little bit of fear that, like, I wouldn't guess it. Like, I think I guessed in Apex, to be fair. Which I don't know if, like, Apex is, like, even part of the city or just, like, right next to it. I don't know how that works. Because apparently that's the only city in none of it. That's what I was told by my trustworthy source. So I don't know, like, what Apex really counts as, but, like, I think I guessed in Apex. Send the score, Neb. Oh, you're sending DMs? Like, I don't know. Oh, you did well. 99 is crazy? What was that 99 on? Which one is that? Oh, Victoria. Yeah, Victoria. You know, I feel better that we, like, kind of all did bad on Budapest. I just know it's, like, the only Western Canadian city. Because every time, like, I see, like, really, like, red soil in Australia, I'm like, is this Perth? I think... Yeah, it's fair. Hi, Maisie. Alright, bye now. Hi, Maisie, how are you? I love everyone in chat. I love everyone in chat. I have to download more custom crosshairs, because, like, I need to use a new crosshair every stream. How are you? I'm alright. How are you? Hey, Rixie. I feel bad for Jediah. Jediah started hanging out with Slugger Michael. What is it? What happens when two robots commonly start hanging out with each other? Dreidel gang Jew, I'm debunking Nazi propaganda. No, Jediah probably just likes like hanging around like Slugger because like Jediah is like a subtle rage baiter. But, like I've hung out with it too much, so like his subtle rage baiting just like pisses me off. So now like when he hangs out with somebody we can just like rage bait. Probably enjoys that. Where'd this guy go? Oh. He blended in with the water. I think he missed the water on his jump. I think so. I don't know. I'm not... Snuggles doesn't have me added on Discord right now. But I think so. I think Jediah DM'd me about it. I think I asked Jediah because Jediah DM'd me, and Jediah said yes. Maisie, let's break the doubles record. Does that mean Snuggles holds 2 weekly records now? Shout out to Snuggles for being one of the best Minecraft players. That means Snuggles is a big fat loser? Nope. Because you have to skip meals to go for weekly. Ooh. Who owns the solo weekly? Can you get the cousins on? Hi, at everyone. How is at everyone? Why do you hate playing on random alts? My wrist hurts. It's the other wrist. Oh well. GG, it's time to retire. Yeah, this is my last game. Can everybody sub? No, I'm 10 million in debt. Okay, so who cares about going $5 deeper? You're Latvian, right, Rexy? I base everyone's worth on how hard their country is to guess in GeoGuessr now. Because Latvia is a very important country to me. I also tend to remember where most people are from. That's always been interesting to me, where people are from. I think Latvia is hard as fuck to remember. Ballin'. Hi, Nick. I don't think so. I think I get it. I think I get Latvia and Estonia mixed up. No, I get like all three of those like over there mixed up. But I wouldn't say it's that hard to remember. It's just hard to differentiate from like Estonia and Lithuania. I whipped out the bow because Nick is here. I did that for you, Nick. Where's Amazy from? Probably somewhere fake. Yep, told you somewhere fake. Can I have $44, Amazy? What for? Out of the park baseball. They added more numbers to look at in the numbers game, so I need it. Can I have $44, Nick? Someone eventually will give me $44 if I ask hard enough. Hey Rex, you want to go $44 more dollars into debt? No, sorry, I don't have $44. I said you're 16. I met you when I was only 15. Where's this guy going? That was a crazy shot. How did I hit that? I couldn't even see him. It's so nice he's getting rich for me. How did he gap? Okay. What did he just say? Can someone, like, translate this? Does it really say that? In what language? I'll do this, and then I'll do this. I didn't copy. It is, yeah. What does it mean when your wrist hurts? Didn't I queue this guy? I feel like I queued this guy. I don't remember. Who's number one? Did I lose? Oh yeah, he was the guy I fought in the gen. I didn't know that was a real player. He was kind of bad. He beat me. I can't tell him he's bad. You've never beat me, Amazing. Does that mean I'm better than you? Amazing, you kind of suck. How many times have you beat Jediah, Amazing? How many times have you lost to Jediah? Three or four? I wonder what my record against Jediah is. The only 4 times I can remember playing against Jediah, I beat him. And that's 2 doubles, 2 solo. But I probably just forget the losses. You know I've never lost to Amazing, Nick? Well, because, like, you're supposed to remember the losses so you can get better. Because if you forget the losses, how do you get better? What the, Leah? Hi, Leah, how are you? That's a red flag. Not that she has better stats, but that she's played bedwars before. You still play ranked bedwars? I left the Discord server yesterday. I don't know. Why are you good? What's good in life? I need to remove that. I'm done with that server. Oh my. At least the last message I saw in ranked bedwars was good, so that's all that matters. I ended on a high note. That's all that matters. This is the last message I saw in ranked bedwars. Thoughts? No thoughts. Head empty. That's not true. I saw two other things before I left ranked bedwars. One of them disappointed me, and the other one I don't know what to say about it. Oh! Whatever. But no thoughts on that message. Mainly because I don't know how serious it is, but I should believe it's serious. Because that person dated Lavechi, so... But maybe they're still dating. Maybe everything that I see is a lie. I don't believe anything I see in ranked bedwars, so... Ranked bedwars is a lie? Exactly. I don't know. There's somebody using a picture of me as their profile picture. Which I thought was really interesting. Mainly just because, like, I don't exist there. Like, you know, I'd respect it if I existed there. But, like, you know what? Well, that's not cool. I mean, I don't care. It more just catches me off guard because, like, it's just like I don't exist there and they're, like, still talking about me. It's just like, whatever. They must be your biggest fan. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, like, I know why. Like, there's no real reason to need to do a deep in depth like dive on why it's happening. But it's just interesting. I don't get to do the daily. I don't get to do the sense of torture of like searching my name anymore though. I'm gonna miss that. Hi, country. Hi, Hakanchi. At Hakanchi. At Hakanchi. At Hakanchi. At Hakanchi. Why are you ignoring my ping? Oh, thank you. I'm dumb for not trusting my pearl. I didn't have prot. Amazing, you're top 50 in solo wins. Why didn't you say I didn't have prot? Existing is really funny though sometimes. It's funny to watch like two people like beef, and then like you join in on the chat. You join in on the chat, and then someone's like transphobic to you, and then the one person who's beefing the other person like instantly apologizes to them for beefing. Like that's like a really funny one. And it's happened at least like 3 times, and I find that really funny. It's like, oh, you're transphobic, you're chill. I didn't realize. Why are we beefing? Yeah, exactly, Akanchi. It's just like funny though, where it's like my presence just like fixes the beef. It's like, oh yeah, my yeah, my bad. Like, you know, I'll just like you just like can bond over your hate over me. You don't even know me. It's just like whatever. Hakanshi sucks at MCSR. Don't ask him anything. He's probably like 30 elo. What elo are you, Akanshi? Yep, see? Why you suck? Guys, the rank up for GeoGuessr happens today. Well, you see, if you were good at Akanshi, you would just, like, drop out to, like, pursue your speedrunning aspirations. But since you're not good... Can you guys congratulate me? I'm about to be gold 2 in GeoGuessr. Thanks. Oh my god, this guy owns me. I want shears. I'm such a bad player without shears. Probably has more blocks than me. Yeah. Tragedy. Chemical. What up? Nothing. What's up with you? He went to his diamonds? Interesting. Oh my god, my... Oh my god. How did I place the water? Like, how did I hotkey there? Like, what was I trying to hotkey to? Ah, I'm so sad. I think I was, like, trying to hotkey to a different stack of blocks for some reason. I don't know. That makes me sad. I'm sad now. Can someone tell me it's all gonna be okay? This song is gonna tell me it's all gonna be okay, so it's okay. Ah! Why'd that happen? And the fighters are all around, and the lovers are on the ground. Don't to save you anymore. What's happening? What you rapping about? It's a boy. Is it cars? Is it girls? Is it my life? The world? I have bad movement. I'm a bad player. I really miss my pops. And much love to you. Is it time to whip out the bow yet? Or nah? This song's good, isn't it, Nick? Only the right answer is accepted. Wow. Why? You think the song's gonna put you to sleep? LUPN fighters are all around, and the lovers are on the ground. Don't you say that? Why is it calming? That's the only acceptable answer, by the way. I always expect the next song when he says that. I know what the next song is, too. Should we listen to the next song? I just kept the emotes, but God, I need to do something about them. No, I don't. I can't justify spending money on emotes. Emotes don't matter. Boop bop. Ah, that was scary. I thought I died with my punch bow. Should have more arrows. Give up me my god. Can I win this game? Nick, can you stream? Oh, you always ask me, so I thought it was only fair if I ask you. Bro, that's not even true. I didn't stream for 3 days because I was like depressed and like doing stuff because of my birthday, like. But I've basically been streaming like every other day if I had to like average it out. Fuck you. Goodbye. You don't even get, fuck you. No goodbye, Nick. But